friends of the Saba Drum page, how are we today? Today's video is going to be about some of the other key features that I think that you should have in either your electric drum set or your module pad, multi-pad, whatever you might have. And so today's going to be all about your audio line in inputs. So if you're thinking about purchasing a pad or an electric drum set, I think it's very, very helpful to have a audio line in, and I'm going to explain why today. So essentially you have, normally with electric drum pads, you have your left and right outs, which means that you can take two wires, plug them into your module. When it's all hooked up, your set's ready to go, and you want people to listen, you can take your left and right, connect them to a speaker, or you can just connect your left mono to an amplifier, and everybody can hear your drumming out loud without wearing headphones. However, when you have an audio in, there's a couple of ways that this is used. If you have an auxiliary in, that's really good for music, and it's a 1/8" connection, like a headphone connector, and you would connect that to your computer to play music through it, and you could jam along to music, which is a cool feature that everybody enjoys sometimes. Specifically though, this is pretty much the same thing when you have an audio in input, is that it's not usually a 1/8", it's usually a 1/4". And what that means is that you can connect anything to this, and you can technically connect an auxiliary in with what I'm about to do. You can use the auxiliary in, but with the audio in, there's usually a monitor control, so you can control the volume with it. And so basically what this means that if you have, let's say you already have another drum module, you just have another snare drum, acoustic snare drum, and you want to mic it, you can mic the acoustic snare drum, plug it into your audio into your module, and then you have another output that can be amplified or can be shown off. So this also can work as a microphone. If you're a singer, you could sing along and play drums and have a mic set up. Or if you want to just, be talking while you're having this done, you want to be like, talking to the crowd or talking to people while you're performing, it's another great thing for it. However, if you have an audio line in and you have something like a SPD SX Pro, where it has USB over audio multi-track recording, you actually can take another drum module and use one of the channels and use that as your drum set. I can record a track with a Yamaha snare drum from the Yamaha module into Logic. So it's really, really cool to have that feature. So I'm going to actually show you how this works. It's pretty much the same thing. If you've watched my other videos on how to do USB over audio multi-track, it's pretty much the same idea. But I'm just going to kind of give you the lowdown on how to do it. And why would you want to do this? Well, like I said before, I really like the snare drums sounds a little bit more on the Yamaha DTX than I do on my SPD SX Pro. And to be honest with you, I'm not really into using the VSTs a whole lot. I think the only reason I would use a VST is if I did do recording. But because now Roland has, audio interfaces within their modules, like an SPD SX Pro or a TM6 Pro or even the TD50 and TD27, those all have audio interfaces now. It sort of makes the VSTs kind of like, why would you want to record something that you're not used to hearing all the time? Meaning that if you're always listening to your module's drum sounds or drum sounds from a certain module that you like, I don't know why you would want to connect to a VST when you're not really familiar with those sounds. Now, if you're somebody that constantly plays with the VST, you're constantly playing with Superior Drummer, you're constantly playing with Easy Drummer, whatever it is, if you're constantly hearing those sounds and you like those sounds a lot, then you're going to want to record those sounds. It's all about what you like. So I prefer the module sounds, and that's what I like to record with, and thankfully the USB over audio and the interfaces that come with these modules are great and allow you to do that. Anyway, let's get you set up. Thanks again. All right, here we go. So we're going to set up a new project in Logic Pro. And before we do this, our SPD SX is obviously connected. We can see that it's connected. And so we have our SPD SX Pro. We're going to select audio, and then we are going to first select our master left, right. Now you could do input 1 and input 2 if you want. But I prefer just to do input 1 and make it a stereo track. So again, yep, so my audio 2 will be input 3. The next track is going to be input 4. The next track is going to be input 5. It's going to be my high tom. The next track is going to be the mid tom, input 6. And then my input 7 is going to be the line in, which will be my snare drum from Yamaha. Okay, so I'm labeling my stereo track, master left, right. Audio 2 will be the kick. Audio 3 will be the tom 1. Audio 4 will be tom 2. Audio 5 will be hi-hat. And audio 6 will be Yamaha snare. All right, we're good to go. We've tested our levels and we're ready to record and hear this baby.